So Waugh Thistleton architects have been delivering mass timber buildings for over 20 years. And that started with the Murray Grove project, which was a residential CLT platform construction building, which was built in 2009. And at the time was one of the tallest mass timber buildings in the world. And the reason we decided to take an approach to use more timber was to reduce the embodied carbon of construction. We've all been using concrete and steel for the last 50 years, and because of climate change, we really need to make a systemic change to the way that we build. And so our most recent project, which links to the Woodcircles project, is the black and white building. And that has been part of an iteration that happened over 20 years. But that project has 4 different types of timber in it. It has LVL, it has CLT, it has a curtain walling system that is also made of timber and has timber cladding. And what's really exciting about that project is that all the connections are demountable. They can be taken apart very easily. It's all bolted connections, and all the build-ups, so the floor build-ups, etc., don't have any wet trades in them at all. So there we've got raised access floors that are recycled as well, but they can easily be taken apart and then removed. So there's a lot of adaptability and adjustability in the black and white building, and a lot of those lessons that we learned from that project have been applied in the research for Woodcircles. So timber and trees are a precious resource, and I think as we use more timber in construction, which is our ambition, there are lots of benefits with using the timber that we already have in the building stock when those buildings are taken apart. So I think it's about ensuring that the lifespan and the storage of timber in construction is extended for as long as possible, because currently in LCA calculations, the assumption is that timber will be burnt or sent to landfill at the end of 60 years. And what we're trying to do with this project is extend that life to using timber that's from existing buildings in really high quality outputs. Through the research, we've used the ISO standard as a benchmark, and then looking at the different projects that we've researched that use circularity criteria, we've been able to group the criteria into 4 different sections. So they include the reuse criteria, how easy it is to reuse the building or the components. The longevity criteria, that's to do with the thing I mentioned earlier about durability and making sure that the products and components within the building are used for as long as possible. Material sourcing is another one where do we get the material? What's the provenance of that material and how much of it is reuse? And then the disassembly, the ease of disassembly is the other aspect. So how are the components drawn together? How easy are they to be taken apart? And the other aspect that we need to consider very carefully, and which is being researched by Trimble in particular in this project, is the digital passporting. And where, although we have a lot of data on the materials in our BIM models currently, how do we supplement that data with additional information about how to take the components apart, and those sorts of additional pieces of information which will make it easier to demount the building. So we are architects and we work a lot with engineers, and I think one of the benefits of our involvement in this research project is that we have real-world practical experience as well as the research side of what we do, and we are very passionate about bringing those two worlds together. And we have written a number of different guides for Timber Development UK. We support the Irish government with their research into procurement of mass timber. So we have written a number of guides already for a range of different users and stakeholders. And what we like to do is really make those as usable as possible, really graphically designed effectively so that it's very easy to access.